Good morning, girls. Good morning. How are you? I hope you are all doing fine. Okay, today we are starting in the new lesson. The new lesson is about reflections. As we said, we were talking about the transformations and we had learned till now translations in both vector and coordinate notation. Now we are going to be dealing with reflections. As we said before, first of all, we are in page 845. We will start in page 8. No, I don't think 845, sorry. Yes, 843. In page 843, we are starting in page 843. In page 843, just you need to understand what is a reflection. We said before, reflection means you are mirroring something, right? As if you are looking at yourself in the mirror. Try to go now and look at yourself in the mirror. What you will note? You will see your reflection in the mirror. What if you, for example, get your finger and stick it exactly on the mirror, like this point C here? What will happen to the reflection of your finger? What will happen to the reflection of your finger? It will go very, very near. What if you, as a whole, go away from the mirror? You went away from the mirror. What will happen to your reflection? It will go away from the other side. What I'm trying to say is, when you are reflecting an object across a certain mirror, like here, I have this object A, B, C, D, and this is my mirror, the line L. What will happen to my points is that they are going to be the same distance from the mirror. Did you ever see this situation that you are very, very near to the mirror? You are very, very near to the mirror. You are trying to see something in your eyes, for example, and you find that your reflection is very, very away in the other side, and you are here, and your figure is here, or your image is here. Never ever, right? This is not a normal reflection. This is not a normal mirror. Normally, when you are reflecting an object, if you are at a certain distance, if you are as a free image at a certain distance from the mirror, your reflection will be at the same distance, right? Okay. To continue exploring, I don't need you to do anything, just understand with me this page. In this exercise, we will be learning how to use the tracing paper. We don't have tracing paper, just we are exploring reflections. Okay, first of all, we will draw and label, sorry. Okay, we have the line L and we have a certain figure here. As you can see, for the first 3 points, A, B, and D, all of the three are away from the mirror. Those are away from the mirror. But what do you note about point C? Point C is exactly on the mirror, is exactly on the reflecting line. So what will happen? The question is, what will happen if you have a tracing paper? Tracing paper, and as if, what will happen for my paper if I fold it across line N, like this? Did you see what happened? We folded the paper. And then using a pen, using your pen, I'm going to draw the A, B, C, and D. This is called tracing. Then this will happen. What happened here? I reflected A, B, C, and D to this figure. So this is A prime, this is B prime, this is D prime, and this is C prime. Let's note. What do you note here? This is the reflection of B. If you get a ruler now and try to measure the distance from B till L, it will be the same distance as from L to B prime. If it is different, then you obviously did something wrong, and this is actually not a reflection. It should be equal. What about in A? If I measure the distance from A to my reflecting line, it should be the same as from my reflecting line to A prime. And for D, the same. What happened in C? As you can see, C and C prime are the same point. Yani here we have B and B prime, here you have A and A prime, here you have D and D prime. But for C, C and C prime are the same. Why they are the same? Because already the point C and the point C was already on the reflecting line. As I told you, the example of your finger, if you stick your finger on the mirror exactly, the reflection of your finger will be what? Will be on the same, yani as if you are touching the two fingers together. Try to do this now on the mirror. Just stick your finger exactly on the mirror and see its reflection. They will be stuck together, the same as point C. They are stuck together. Why? Because the distance from C and the line of reflection is 0. So the distance from the line of reflection and C prime should be what? 0. Yani actually this is a very, very important note. Whenever you have a point that is already on the reflecting line, يبقى its reflection will be the same. Okay, يبقى this is the first note. The first note we noted is that the distance from image and or from pre-image and the reflecting line is the same as from the reflecting line and the pre-image. What do you note also? If we try to get a protractor and measure this angle and this angle and this angle, and the angle done by this line and L, yani the reflecting line, what will be the result? It will all be 90 degrees. It will all be 90 degrees. Yani you have to understand. For example, if I'm reflecting B and suddenly its reflection came in here instead of here. Yani B prime came here. And you tell me, teacher, I connected the 2 points or the 2 lines together and B prime wasn't here. I will tell you, is the line that you did form a 90 degree with L? No, it didn't, but this is not a reflection. Yani what I mean. What I mean. For example, if this is my line and you have a point B in here, you are trying to reflect it. If you draw a line like this and tell me, teacher, this is my line and I measured this distance. It was 2 centimeters, for example, 2 centimeters. And I measured the same distance here. So it was 2 centimeters, so I am correct. This is B and this is B prime. Is this correct? This is totally wrong. This is not a reflection. Why not? Because is this a 90 degree? It's not a 90 degree. But this is not a reflection. For reflection to happen, there is 2 rules. First rule, this distance should be equal to this distance. The second rule is this angle between the line I will draw and my reflecting line should be 90. Should be 90. Okay? Okay, let's erase this. And now let's go back to here. Okay. Which is true about the segment formed by a point? This is the segment formed by the point and the line N. What is true about this segment and line L? Let's read the choices and choose the correct answer. I already chose it for you. Let's say, for example, it wasn't chosen. Let's read. Line L is parallel to the segment. What do you think? Is line L parallel to the segment? Is line L parallel to the segment? Where is the segment again? Here is my segment. Is line L parallel to the segment? It's not. The length of the segment is the same for every point and its image. And he means that this is equal to this, equal to this. Of course not. But the line L is perpendicular to the segment. You know what is perpendicular or not? I don't know if you know this word or not, but this is a very, very important word. The word perpendicular means 90 degree. And when you have 2 lines that form a 90 degree like this, when I have 2 lines like this and they form a 90 degree, which means that this is 90, this is called perpendicular. This is called perpendicular. A perpendicular lines. Okay, when they form a 90 degree like this is called perpendicular lines. Understood? Okay, so in here, my choice is line L is perpendicular to the segment. Very good. I think you will have this question inside your, I think you will have it. I think. So if you found it, draw segments, what do you note? Yes, this is question C. This is question C in page 843. Question C in page 843, you will write line L is perpendicular to the segment. Okay, for the reflect question, in this activity, the fold line L is the line of reflection. What happens when a point is located on the line of reflection? What will happen? Like point C, like your finger stuck, its image will be what? Its image will be the same. Right? Okay. Let's go back to our student edition and start solving from it. So in point C, you were asked to draw segments to connect which vertex, whatever, use a protractor, whatever. Yes, what do you note about the angle formed by each segment and line L? What do you note? We note that the angle is 90 degrees. So in question C, we are going to write, let's start solving. So in question C, we are in page 843. Question C, the angle formed are 90 degree. I'm not able to draw the degree, but you have to draw it. Question D. Let's go back to the question. D is saying use a ruler to measure each segment and the two shorter segments formed by its intersection with line N. Use a ruler to measure each segment and the two shorter segments formed by its intersection. What do you note? Yeah, the two segments will be what? The two segments will be the same, will be equal. As I told you, when you are reflecting, this distance should be equal to this distance. So it will be the same. For number D, it is the same distance. Okay. Okay. Going back to our book. Reflect 1. In this activity, the fold line is the line of reflection. What happens when a point is located on the line of reflection? As I told you, as your finger stuck on the mirror, the point or the image will be what will be the same as the free image. And this is what you are going to write for question 1, reflect. So for question 1, just write the image is the same as free image. Okay. Okay. Let's go back in here and going to page 844. A student claims that a figure and its reflected image always lie on opposite sides of the line of reflection. Do you agree? They are always lying on opposite sides? No, I don't agree. Why? Because sometimes when the point is already on the line of reflection, its reflection will be what? Will be the same. It will not go to other side. It will not shift or whatever. For question 2 in here, we are going to tell him no, if the point lies on line of reflection, it will be the same. Okay? Okay. Let's complete the book. Reflecting figures using graph paper. Okay, you remember when we took translation, and I told you that translation is done by two things. Is done by two ways. It was the vector way, when he gave me a vector and I started by measuring how many points left to right, to up to down, these things, and then after understanding, I will go and do my translation. And the second way was a component way, when he give you the vector already given for you, and you just start by the coordinate rotation, moving your object. The same thing is happening for me here in reflection. To do reflection, I have two ways. To do reflection, we have two ways. The first way, using graph paper, or in other words, using ruler. You should have a ruler for this, otherwise you will not be able to do it. You should have a ruler. You should get a ruler now, please, to do this exercise with me. This is the first way to do reflection. It is a very, very geometrical way. It's a very, very geometrical way, using a ruler method. The second method is using the coordinate notation, as we said before. The thing that we know. When he give me a certain, using the point way. Using the point way. Points. But the first way is the first way, the graphing paper way, is a very, very geometrical way. We are going to be doing this hands-on, using this by your hands. You have to get a ruler and you have to do it by yourself. The second way is easier. You are not going to draw anything. Just by understanding the points, I'm going to apply a certain rule, and then you will graph the other image. Yeah, and just you are graphing, not using ruler, not drawing lines, nothing. Okay, the first way we are going to try is the graphing paper way, using our rulers. So please prepare a rulers now. Okay, let's do the graphing paper way. First of all, he is explaining for you what is a perpendicular line. We understand perpendicular line is when I have two lines like this and they form a 90 degree. This is called a perpendicular line. What about the word perpendicular bisector? I told you before, bisect means what? Bisect means when I have two lines like this and they bisect each other into two equal parts. يعني بصوا, in perpendicular bisector, when N bisect AB into two equal parts, which means that this side is equal to this side. This is called a bisecting. Why it is called perpendicular bisector? Because N is actually perpendicular to AB. يبقى if N is perpendicular to AB, يبقى it's perpendicular. If it also bisects AB into two equal parts, so it is called a perpendicular bisector. Okay, why is this important? Just know it because it will help us in graphing. He is telling you a reflection across line L, as we can see in here. If this is my reflecting line L, can you see L? And I have point P, and I'm trying to reflect it across line L. What should I do? I'm going to get my ruler and then make sure that I'm graphing or I'm drawing a perpendicular line until I find P prime. How is this? Let's see it using the geometry sketcher. And please, please focus with me. Okay. Let's think that I have this line. This line is the line of reflection. This is L, this is P, this is whatever. And this is the point that I'm needing to reflect. This is the point I need to reflect. I'm going to go and get my ruler. This is your ruler. Okay? We said that when I am reflecting, two conditions should happen. Didn't we say two conditions? The first condition is that the line from the point till the mirror should be equal to the mirror till the reflected line. Yani here should be equal to here. This is the first thing. The second thing is when I am reflecting, the angle between this line and the reflecting line should be what? Should be a 90 degree, right? Okay, I'm going to get my mirror and my my ruler, and then just move it. Yes, like this. and then I will bring it here. Ask yourself, if I try to graph here and start to get my, for example, I'm going to measure from here till here and then measure the same distance from here till here, and I will tell you guys, this is the point of reflection. Am I correct? Ask yourself, is this angle a 90 degree? It's not. So this is not a reflection. So the first thing you should do is to make sure that your ruler is set like this. You know that the ruler have a lot of numbers, you know, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, right? Make sure that one of the numbers is exactly on the line. Can you see what happened? In here. Is the line exactly on the small lines of the mirror, of the ruler? It's not. Is this a 90 degree? This is not a 90 degree. To make it 90 degree, just please move it until one of the lines of the ruler hit your line. This is exactly 90 degree. This is exactly 90 degree. Okay? I fulfilled the first rule, that the line I'm going to draw is a 90 degree. Let's do the second rule. Let's measure the distance from my point till the line. Measure it. Let's measure it from 0, 1, 2, and then slightly before 3. We can say that this is like 2.8 centimeter. 2.8 centimeter. With the same direction, and I'm still fulfilling the 90 degree, I'm going to go and try to measure 2.8 from the other side. But I was here. Okay, I'm going to like draw a line first. Let's draw a line first. I need to find a 2.8 in the other side, right? I'm trying to find 2.8 on the other side and draw a line. So let's measure 2.8. 2.8. Where is 2.8? In here. So my point is going to be in here, for example. It's going to be in here, for example. Yes. What happened? This is my, I don't think it was here, right? I did something wrong, maybe. Okay, let's do it again, just to make sure. Okay. Of course, it will be easier for you because you have a hands-on ruler, so you will not get the same mistakes as I'm doing. Okay, anyway, I am making sure first that I'm 90 degree. So I am moving my ruler until the lines are on the line, but I'm sure, yes, this is 90 degree. And then I started by measuring the distance. It was 2.8, and then I went down and measured from here at 2.8. So my point should be like in here, maybe. Yes, maybe in here, for example. In here. Yes. What do you note now? If I try to measure the distance from here till here, it will be the same as from here till here. So this is the first rule, that the distance from the pre-image till the line of reflection is the same as from the pre-image till the line of, from the image till the line of reflection. The second rule, if you get a protractor now and start by measuring this angle, the angle will be what? Will be a 90 degree. So I fulfilled the two rules. So this is a correct reflection. Okay? I hope it's a little bit understood. Okay, let's go back to our book. So this is what he did here. We had A, B, C, and we are trying to reflect it through the line L. Reflection now, girls, is not only across X and Y, it can be across any line. And you can do this reflection and fulfill this reflection just by using a ruler. We are going to get a ruler, try to stick it on line L to make sure that it's 90 degree, and then measure the distance from A till here, and then copy it from here till here. I will have A prime. And then I will do the same thing for B. B will be in here, I think. B will be in here. And for C, it will be, I think, in here, exactly 90. And then what should I do with the two lines, with the 3 points? I should grab them to have my triangle. Yeah, I think you will have something like this. This will be the resulting shape. Okay, let's see the answers. Yes, here it is. We draw 3 lines, all of them are perpendicular, and this distance is equal to this is equal to this is equal to this, until I find my triangle. And of course, do not forget to label it A prime, B prime, and C prime. Okay, let's go to number B and try to do it together. As if we didn't see the answer, let's try to do question B together. In question B, again, I have a line, triangle ABC, and my line L. The easiest point will be what? Will be C. C is already on the line of reflection. So its reflection will be what? Will be the same. So actually this point is C and C prime. What about B? We will get our rulers. We will graph a 90 degree. We will make sure that the ruler is making a 90 degree with this line. And then I will start by measuring the distance from this line from this point to the line of reflection, and copy it to the other side, and do the same thing for A. You will get a result like this. Let's see the answers. Yes, C and C prime are the same. And then using my ruler, I put the small lines of the ruler on line L until I made sure that this is 90. And then I measured the distance from here to here. And then I will copy it to the other side. And this was 2 centimeters. This will be 2 centimeters. It is 3. It will be 3. Whatever. In most of the time, take care, the points will be on a corner of a box. If you find it in between one of the boxes, just you shift it to the corner of the box. You will be doing a minor mistake. And for A, I did the same thing. I made sure that the angle I prepared is 90 degrees, and then measuring the distance here and there, it was equal. I have my 3 points. Now I can graph my image. A prime, B prime, and C prime. Okay? Okay. Question 5 and 6, I don't want you to see it. I don't want you to see it, please. Question 5 and 6 will be done by you. You have to try to do it. Question 5 and 6. Try to do it. You will do a mistake once and twice. This is not a problem, but try to do it. And make sure of the 2 rules, that the distance that you are making from the point till the line of reflection is the same on the other side. And the other rule is that try that the line you are drawing in the beginning should be a 90 degree. Okay? Okay. Going to the second part of the lesson, the last thing we are going to do today. Finally, we are done with the geometry thingy or the ruler thing. We are going to be using the rules that you love. I know that you love rules better. Drawing reflections on a coordinate plane. Using the rules. Okay, the first 2 rules, we already took it last year. Reflection across x-axis and reflection across y-axis. The 2 rules, these 2 rules are new. What is this? I have a rule for reflection across x, across y, and across something called y equal x, across y equal to negative x. And this is my rules. To understand these rules, let's graph this together. Let's use the whiteboard and start understanding. Okay. Okay. Let's say, for example, that we have here, this is what and this is what. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. We understand this is x, this is y, and this is x. What about the other 2 lines drawn or written, y equal x and x equal y? What is this? X equal y and y equal x, and these things, y equal x is actually this line that is passing through all This is y equal x. For y equal to negative x, this is the other side. The one in here. So this is y-axis, this is x-axis, this is y equal x, and this is the y equal to negative x. When you are reflecting across y-axis, it means across y-axis, it means I'm reflecting from here to the other side here. When I'm reflecting across x, it means from up to down or from down to up. What about reflecting here across y equal to x? I'm reflecting from this side to this side or the opposite. What about from y equal to negative x? I'm reflecting from here till here. Okay? So we can write here that this small line is y equal to negative x. This small line here, this line here we have is y equal to x. What about the line here? Sorry, this is not y equal to x, of course. This is not y equal to x. Yes. Sorry, this is the y-axis itself. Y equal to x is the one in here. This is y equal to x. Y equal x. And of course, the one in here is x-axis. Okay? Understood? For the rules that you have inside your book, it's very, 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 very important for you to please know it by heart. I'm not saying to memorize it, just know it by heart. And I will tell you a trick how to understand it and know it by heart. When you are reflecting across x-axis, you are going to leave the points as it is, and then just to represent reflection, you remember Banat transformation, when we were reflecting, always we said, when you are reflecting, you have to add a negative sign. Reflecting, add a negative sign, right? It's not changing here. It is the same thing. I'm going to add a negative sign, but add negative sign where? You are going to add a negative sign to the opposite of x-axis. So add it to y. Reflection always opposite. If I'm reflecting across x, add a negative to y. If I'm reflecting across y, add a negative to x. Okay, this is the first two rules. What about the second two rules? The second two rules, you are going to copy it as it is. What do you mean? I mean, x and y is going to be, I am reflecting across y equal x, right? So y and x. Again, I am reflecting across line equal to y equal x. So x and y is going to be the same as the line, y and x, which mean I just going to flip the two points together. I will put y instead of x and x instead of y. What about the second line, y equal to negative x? For y equal to negative x, the second line, again, you will put it as it is. But actually, you will add a negative in here. Put it as it is and add a negative in here. Or you can understand it by y and x, and here you are going to put it as it is and just add negative signs to both. Again, across x-axis, put a negative to y. Across y-axis, put negative to x. Across y equal x, put them as it is, y and x. And then across y or a negative x, or the last part, I'm going to add a negative in here and add a negative in here. Okay, how is this done? After you will be understanding this coordinate plane by heart, he will give you the question in this way. Reflect the figure with the given vertices across the given line. And the line is going to be given, not the rule. That's why I'm telling you the rule should be not memorized, understood. The first rule is the points is given. So the first thing you have to find is to draw the image, the pre-image if it's not drawn. And then he is telling you reflected across y-axis. Across y-axis, it is just that I'm going to put the points as it is. There is no flipping, and add negative 2x. This is what he did. So first of all, I have to remember the rule. I remember the rule. Now I'm going to take my points and add a negative 2x. And then what should I do with these 2 points or with these 3 points? Grab them. Let's think about here. Question B. Let's think about question B and try to do it by ourselves. Okay, just wait. Okay, I'm doing it with you now. First of all, I have the points. So the first thing that I should do is to draw these points. So I have D equal 2 and 0. This is the first point. And then we have 2 and 2. So you have to write here D. And then we have 2 and 2 as E. And then we have 5 and 2 as F. Where is 5 and 2? This is 5 and 2 is here as F. And then we have 5 and 1 as G. 5 and 1 as G. 5 and 1. So it's here. It's a very, very strange shape, but it's okay. This is G. So if I try to close my figure, this is my strange figure. E, F, G, and D. And then I'm going to write the rule. What rule should I have? Y equal X. I told you when Y is equal to X, just copy it as it is. So Y and X. And in other words, I'm going to just flip the 2 points. So 2 and 0 is going to be what? 0 and 2. 2 and 2 is going to be what? 2 and 2 already, because they are the same. 5 and 2 is going to be 2 and 5. 5 and 1 is going to be 1 and 5. And then let's graph. The first point is 0 and 2. 0 and 2. This is actually what? E prime. The second point is 2 and 2, the same. So this point is now E prime, the same. But this is E prime. This is not E prime. Yes, this is D prime. Why did you leave me writing it as D prime? You are not concentrating. This is D prime. Sorry, so this is D prime. This is D prime. So I have this point and this point. A 0. Actually, it's not even correct. It's not here. 0 and 2, I should go up. 0 and 2, I should go up. Sorry. So sorry. 0 and 2, I was starting to think that the figure have a problem. 0 and 2 is up here. Yes. This is D prime. Yes. 0 and 2, it's up. So this is D prime. Why did I go down? So 0 and 2, and then 2 and 2, and then 2 and 5 up here. This is what? This is F prime. And 1 and 5, 1 and 5 in here. This is G prime. Let's connect the points together. Can you see the two figures together? Why is the figure like this? Because actually this is your line of reflection. The line of reflection, which is y equal to x, I told you, is this line. This is the line of reflection. This is the line of reflection, and as you can see, the two figures are reflecting over this line. Is it understood? I hope. So the last thing that you are going to be doing for by yourself, as we said before, you are going to try to do 5 and 6 by yourself, and then 9 and 10 as well. Okay, thank you very, very much. And I hope you understood it. I hope you understood it. I know it's a little bit hard, the ruler thing, but try to practice on it and send me your questions and your answers. Thank you very, very much.